Hello, my name is Justin Laboy, and today I'll be talking to you about diabetes. First off, diabetes is a lifelong chronic disease in which there is a high level of sugar in your blood system. There are two major types of diabetes, type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is when your body cannot produce insulin. It is also referred to as juvenile diabetes, early onset diabetes, and insulin-dependent diabetes. It gets this name because type 1 diabetes is usually diagnosed at a young age, as a child, early teen, or early adulthood. The way to treat type 1 diabetes is with insulin. A person with type 1 diabetes must take an insulin shot every single day. And what insulin does is lowers the amount of sugar in their blood. Type 2 diabetes, the most common type of diabetes, is approximately 90% of all diabetes cases are type 2 diabetes, and the other 10% make up type 1 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is when your body cannot produce enough insulin, or your body cells reject the insulin completely. The way to treat type 2 diabetes is with diet and exercise. With a well-balanced diet and a lot of exercise, a person can treat their type 2 diabetes. Two less commonly known types of diabetes are prediabetes and gestational diabetes. Prediabetes is when a person has an unusual amount of sugar in their blood system, but not high enough to be considered type 2 diabetes. A person with prediabetes is at a higher risk to get type 2 diabetes, but that does not guarantee that they are going to get type 2 diabetes. With a healthy lifestyle of diet and exercise, they can prevent their risk of getting type 2 diabetes. Gestational diabetes occurs in a pregnant woman. During pregnancy, a pregnant woman might have an unusually high amount of glucose in their system, which then is diagnosed as gestational diabetes. It does not affect the birth at all, unless it is not treated. If it's not treated, then the baby inside the womb can, in fact, get larger or become fatter. There are 3 tests to test for diabetes. The first one, fasting blood glucose level. You fast for 8 hours straight, not eating any solid foods. Once that is done, they take a sample of your blood. Once the results are back, if you have a glucose level of 126 milligrams per deciliter, then you most likely have diabetes. Hemoglobin A1C test. This test also requires it takes blood, but it also measures the average level of blood sugar from the past 3 months. Once the results are back, if you have a glucose level of 6.5% or higher, you most likely have diabetes. Oral glucose tolerance test. This test is a lab test, and it also shows how your body can break down sugars. Once they take a blood sample, you'll be asked to drink a solution, which usually contains 75 grams of glucose. Once it's sent off to the lab and the results are in, then if you have a glucose level of 200 milligrams per deciliter, then you most likely have diabetes after 2 hours. Many people are diagnosed with diabetes almost every day, but they go on to live healthy, long, and successful lifestyles using the treatment options such as insulin, diet, and exercise, and also with the help of their family and friends to give them the support they need throughout life. So it's not the end of the world if you get diabetes. Just know that anyone can get it, but it's also treatable. Thank you.